Trial. Hello and welcome back to Mzansi. We're back again. It is that time of the night where we have to talk about the case itself. Very short, but I can tell you there's a lot that you can learn on that case. And all the time, there's always something that you can learn on that case. That's the funny for me that I get from these cases, because it's very interesting what you get to see in those cases, that basically what is hidden. You know, it's the understanding of what is hidden or what is to come. Very interesting, because today as I was sitting and I was like, Evan, but this could be this could be it. How hello, and on your way in, please like the video, share the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and make sure that you do this video right. So we greet you from the beginning. MZ, Lusanda, Shaida, Dan, JJVD, Chuku Anna. Those are the people that came in first. So yeah, Emily, how are you doing? Tired?
Hi guys.
As they come.
Yeah, I'm today. Today, I've been pushing a gear early one gear pushing, listening to the 0+27453, which is the number of a music sphere. You know, the numbers. And honestly, no matter how tired I am, I just feel like it's important to document them, because then when cross-examination happens, you start to follow and understand that. Why does accused number 5 have so many numbers? I mean, today they even said Kelly Kumar had more than, I think it's 12 numbers.
Yeah, it's a lot of numbers. There's even 0111. That's a landline, yeah?
Even a landline.
Yeah.
I'm like, you.
That's when you realize she couldn't have. Oh, that's when you realize there was no way she could have missed calling one of them at some point, somewhere, somehow, because there are a lot of numbers. You get me?
And I'm like, But then, yes, it's important to document them no matter how tired I am. You just have to go through those numbers, because, hey, they can make one dizzy. And I feel like the aim here is to make us tired and confused, so that when it's ta-ta-ta, we're like, what just happened? like Young Thug's case. Young Thug's case over there. They say, I don't know what's happening, but the guy is out. He's out. He walked today or yesterday. They let him go. They set him free. So yes, the case started with the judge making remarks, and these remarks were quite surprising. He was saying that he was surprised to Judge Ratham Khwatleng with stacks and stacks of money, and this person is not even confronted with anything, not even an explanation of whether the money was for lobola or what have you. I think he was speaking with regards to the transparent money that is being testified about by Brigadier Gininda in that court. I don't know, but I just caught this conversation along the way, because hey, SABC these days, they just decide to start in the middle of the conversation. You feel like there's a break and an adjournment, and then by the time the cameras are on, it feels like a conversation has already started. You missed maybe 1 or 2 sentences. I don't know, but that's how I feel. Then he asked Baloyi to continue with regards to the evidence. But then the judge said that there was one other aspect that he wanted to talk about. He said that he was reading the papers about a plastic bag which was supposedly given to some other person. Gininda said that he said that the downloads were discovered and that there was a see-through plastic bag on those downloads of accused number 3, as well as Longwe Twala and Miss Kelly Kumalo, and then they continued because I'm like, what is this hammering on this plastic bag? Do you think this plastic bag is there in the end of the journey?
Why do you think he asked a question?
Evidence. It's crucial.
I thought you were going to tell us why you think he was asking those questions.
I don't know why he was asking the questions, but I'm just assuming that maybe to craft the direction that he wants to take when he makes his judgment. That's my opinion.
Oh yeah, or maybe it's to trick the defense into answering that question, or even dignifying it that question, because right now, as a picture, there is no sin having a picture. But once you start explaining that money was there in a form of you wanting to go and do lobola and all that, then that's when then they have the money that was paid to you. You understand?
So the judge wants the explanation for the money, for the transparent picture.
It's a vacant space that requires explanation for the judge to make the decision properly, or to actually fill in the missing word in case when the case ends, and then the judge has to give the verdict of guilty. Then the money, if it was physical, if you admit to it being physical, not just a picture that was taken from some album somewhere, you were going to pay lobola with it or something like that, then it makes it a legit story to say that you were paid through those plastics and all that. You even took a picture. But then that got me thinking to another direction.
All right.
I'll wait because I see our internet here. It's all right. It's not even our internet, Emil, because our internet is fine, but you are just frozen. I think
it's YouTube.
Yeah, it's YouTube just
I've been seeing also with other creators who stream, they end up now breaking their streams in 2 parts or 3 because it keeps breaking. I think
YouTube is just playing with us. We are here crafting here. They are not crafting on their side. So can they fix that? So right, let's forget about that. Let's like the video, guys, before I even start saying things and you forget you are into this.
So Baloyi said to Gininda that yesterday they spoke about communication between accused as per host and Stain, and Gininda said yes. Baloyi said you also spoke about the various numbers that were used by Ms. Kelly Khumalo. And Baloyi referred Gininda to the extract from the affidavit of Lieutenant Colonel Stain, which served as Exhibit O under Kelly's name. So Baloyi asked Gininda to place all those cell phone numbers on record, and Gininda said the numbers now, gave them one by one. There's a number there, 0794948773, but he was calling them with +27 instead of the 0. I just found it easier to say 0. 0733886730, 06145622104, 01186314447, and 0729382498, as well as 01141131179, and then 0734615017, and the last one was 0827044358. So all these numbers have already been placed on record by Colonel Stain, and I think Host also put them again on record, so we've heard them before. But they asked him to read Host's affidavit, the part where he was instructed to take over from Colonel Stain. Gininda admitted to giving it to him. Initially, he said that it was the handing over or the requesting of his assistance with the analysis of accused number 1 and 2, but later he had to receive the entire data, and he did give it to him, referring to Colonel Host. So some were received by Colonel Stain, but then he also gave him the entire data.
Welcome back, Sizwe, on membership.
Welcome back, Sizwe.
Sizwe, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You see the numbers? I know you cut me, Emily, but it's fine. I would let you.
Did I cut you?
No, yeah, I feel like it's a good thing that you cut me, because
Why?
I was about to tell everything the way maybe it's better you put your record first, and then later on then we start diagnosing what we could diagnose on our side in terms of the public opinion.
My apologies.
No, you don't need to apologize. It's okay.
It wasn't my intention to cut. It wasn't.
Please like the video. There's
The
nothing
thing is,
wrong.
I want to get over this boring
Yes,
evidence.
that's it. Yeah, now I also thought of it like that.
I'm bored. It's a boring evidence, but maybe it has something that it's important that we cover it, even though it's boring.
To keep it on record.
Yeah. Baloyi made Gininda to read the intro of Hose's statement, where he said that he received the Section 205 data for the numbers for Muzau Kalelwa's Themba Spear, and the numbers are two. The first one is 07937900137, and another one is 0607746749. Bongani Sandiso Ntanzi, the numbers they gave him was 0609016890 and 0762. He said that he could not see the rest of this particular number. He said he will go back to it, but I don't think he ever went back to it. Mtobisi Prince Mncube, this is accused number 3, the number that he was allocated 0829563220. It is said that it is his number, and he also did not deny it. Mthokoziseni Zipozonke Mapisa, the number that he's given accused number 4 is 0713953801. And then there's accused number 5, who, by the way, he was still referring to as Sifiso Guhlentuli, while the interpreter kept saying Fiso Guhlentuli. So I don't know what was written there on the paper. I don't know. So the numbers that he was given are 0733059202, 0766427007, 0723995787, and he said that the other number he could not see, and then there was another number now 0787938335, and then another one of 071330297173, and then another one of 07159511239. So Baloyi and Steyn analyzed the downloads of Kelly Khumalo's phone, which were done by Captain Mshwana in 2014, and he established the communication between Kelly Khumalo and accused number 5. Well, Captain Mshwana did not do this. I don't know why they said this. It's actually Colonel Steyn, who did that. Am I wrong? No, I'm not wrong. Captain Mshwana is the one who did the downloads. He did not analyze the data. He just extracted what was on the phones of the people that were in the house.
I think they meant with regards to case 363.
636.
636, sorry. Yeah, they meant with regards to that. No. Yeah, continue.
Well, Baloyi said, I want to show you Steyn's testimony, the proceedings of the 12th of August 2024, when Colonel Steyn was recalled. And Gininda said that it says, he read now the transcript or the proceedings. I can conclude and confirm that there was communication between Kelly Khumalo with number ending plus 27827044358 and accused number 5's number ending 0733059202 on the 2nd of August and the 15th of October 2014 using internet halala, which will not appear or show on any normal Section 205. You can only get it from downloading if the phone is available. They're talking about that BBM call nonsense.
That is not explained.
That is just hanging in the air.
Yeah.
And it has no link. It's like now we're supposed to sangomarize this whole thing. It doesn't count to me, in my opinion. But they have put it now. They are going along with it as if it's a fact. test that has not been tested. I don't know what's happening in that courtroom. Don't ask me. Namangas.
It's all right that these things are on record. It's good for appeal. We're just going to put it like that.
I mean, how does the court work? So you are supposed to go along with something that's been debunked and drag it and drag it and
That
drag
is
it.
that is Baloy's theory. He's going to stick to it. If he leaves it, then he doesn't have any other theory.
So even if something that is shonky honky, you must stick by it. You must go along with. Who is tough being a lawyer, man? Hi. So Baloy asked Gininda to read Khozi's evidence from the 20th of May 2024. Gininda read where Khozi gave a summary of communication between accused number 3 and 5 and said that it was from the 24th of October 2014 to the 25th of June 2015. Baloy asked Gininda to place the communication between accused 3 and 5 on record. And I don't know what the purpose of this, and I'm not sure yet, and I'm not sure why it's dragging for so long. I don't know why. Where are we going? It would be a nice question, but the judge, we know, will never ask that.
No, obviously, Gininda has to come summarize everyone's testimony, yes, because that's what they're saying. It was used in an investigation. So in a sense, it's explaining his investigation, how it went on. It's a journey of what Gininda was going through. The pain that we are going through now, that's what Gininda was going through.
But these things are already on record.
They
so
are
he
on
must repeat
record.
them.
Yes, it explained how he views them, how he decided to go for this thing.
He couldn't just explain without regurgitating what has
It depends on what you have. If you have more than bones, obviously you are going to talk more sense. And if you do not have anything, you are definitely going to talk about what you have, which is in this case these hearsays and whatnot. There's nothing. What else can you talk about, in your opinion?
This repetition and this.
Mautwani, Africa, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mautwani. Is it Mautwani or Mautwani?
Mautwani.
Okay, Mautwani, thank you so much. May God continue to bless you. Yes, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. So accused number 3 is what Gininda now said, that the accused number 3's number ending with 8169 contacted Sifiso Ntuli, accused number 5, 11 times. And Ntuli's number is the one that is ending with 5787 between the 26th of October 2014 and the 14th of December 2014. Then another record, it says that Ntuli with the number 277159612339 contacted Ngube with the number 277276688169 6 times between the 1st of November 2014 and the 25th of January 2015. Ntuli with the number 2766427007 contacted Ngube with the number 277276688169 54 times between 1st of November 2014 and 25th of January 2015. I also heard some of the people that are anti the accused. They were saying that, the reason why Brigadier Gininda is doing all of this and regurgitating all of this evidence is because the accused had said that they did not know each other at the beginning of the trial. So they're trying to character assassinate and say that they...
Let us correct that narrative. Narrative, because I don't know, that court, everything is just... It goes left. They said accused number 1 and number 2, they know each other.
Yes.
And then they said accused number 3, 4, 5, they know each other. But the other group, as they are sitting in groups, they did not know the other group.
3, 4, and 5.
Those
So
are
1
guys
and
who are a
2
bit older than them.
did not know 3, 4, and 5.
Yes. But amongst 3 and 4 and 5, I think about number 5. Kind of they know accused number 1, right?
Yes.
He knows accused number 1 because they are related.
They are related.
They are. Zoto Dlamini, thank you very much for your gift. Thank you.
Thank you, Zotwa.
Right.
Thank you
God
so
bless
much.
you.
May God continue to bless you too. Yes. May they come, them blessings.
So now they know they didn't know each other. It's now a story. Everyone didn't know anyone. Nisi stood up. He was on record saying that he's not surprised there's a connection between accused number 3 and 4 and 5. And 5, because they know
related.
each other.
So now this thing has been hammered over and over like a broken record. Like, like it's the only thing, honestly. You know, when you're clutching at straws, it's the only thing. And I can even see how it's so extended, this part of evidence.
Yes.
It's like it's the only contradiction. Maybe it's not the only one, but one of the contradictions that they can exploit.
Thank you very much. God bless you guys, all of you. God bless you, Isaiah.
Thank you, Isaiah.
Thank you.
Thank you. May God continue to bless you too. So Ntuli said that, no, not Ntuli, Brigadier Gininda said that Ntuli now with the number 27723995787 contacted Mngube with the number 2772768169 26 times between the 24th of October and the 17th of January 2015. Gininda then continued to say that Ntuli with the number 277330599202 contacted Mngube with the number 2772766169 2 times between the 24th of November 2014 and the 29th of November 2014, and this is according to Hose. At some point, Jonas was saying Sifiso Guhle Ntuli as well. Jonas is the interpreter. He was also saying Sifiso Guhle Ntuli. So it's all up in the air what name actually was written there. I can't confirm or deny.
Oh, Visutando. Visutando is asking, family, am I the only one who find out today that the picture of Gininda that's all over where he's with Begitele is not him? No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You're not. You know, sometimes it's good to go with the narrative.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
because next thing you come with things and then but the guy that is with Begitele, no, that's not the guy.
We found out late.
Yeah, so I mean the narrative was already out in a sense. People who had started talking,
Yes,
but no, that guy is not.
It's not. It's just
I know the voice would match the picture.
We don't have a picture of what
this man looks
like. Nobody knows what Brigadier Gininda looks like. Only the people in that court know how he looks like. There's no picture of the man anywhere. Like, we can't find it. We don't know. We don't know what he looks like.
We all don't know, man. We thought it was this one. But
we
it's
thought,
not.
but it's not, because this one I got it from Patricia. And Patricia had different ones, so I'm not sure which is which.
Hey, boss, we want us to talk. Yeah, we did not know. No one knows. No one knows
what he looks like. Okay,
no
only the people that are sitting there in the court
who can have a view
can describe what he looks like.
Yes.
The rest.
That's it. They just could.
Even in Donovan Kretcher's case, he was not shown. He was not broadcasted when he was testifying.
Let's continue, guys. Let's go. You will find out yourself if you can, or you go to court.
Or go to Pretoria High Court there and peep, peep, and look, and this, and then you come with a picture or something, but then still it can get us into trouble because you don't know. You have to have rights to
sometimes
publish
it's good
pictures.
to go with what everyone's going with, public.
Yes.
That's why we say this is public
information. Yes.
Public. What is there in
don't
public?
become a
journalist.
And don't do that. Don't do it.
So,
it's not safe.
Yeah, no one knows. It's good.
So yes, then Baloyi referred him to another part of the record of holes where he set out further communication between accused 3 and 5 and asked him to place the content on record. So Gininda said Mncube with the number ending 8169 contacted Ntuli with the number ending 1239 3 times between the 2nd of November 2014 and 18th of January 2018. Mncube again with the number ending 8169 contacted Ntuli with the number ending 7007. It's a different number now. 11 times between the 6th of November 2014 and the 18th of January 2015. Mncube contacted Ntuli 11 times between the 26th of October 2014 and December 2014. Ntuli contacted Mncube 6 times between November 2014 and January 2015. Ntuli contacted Mncube 54 times between the 4th of November 2014 and the 25th of January 2015. Ntuli contacted Mncube 26 times between the 24th of December 2014 and the 17th of January 2015. So Ntuli contacted Mncube 2 times on the 24th of January, on the two times in the 24th and the 29th of November 2014. So at this point, Jonas requested a 10-minute comfort break. Apparently his voice, his throat, he was going through it and he needed lozenges. And after that short adjournment, Baloyi now continued with Brigadier Gininda, and he asked, can I draw your attention to
as we
evidence?
adjourn, please guys, like the video. We're pushing for 200. That's what Mthokozi Slanga, our moderator, is saying. Please just push for that 200. We have 321 people. I know it's Friday, but let's do the right thing. As everyone has done it in terms of giving and all that. Now, others just push for must push for the likes and all that. That's another way you can contribute. Yes,
most certainly. So can I draw your attention to this evidence regarding the rest of the accused as testified to on the 20th of May 2024? Gininda read the part where Ho said it was the combined summary of all the communication between all the accused, and he started now narrating it record by record. Sibia with the number ending 137 contacted Mapisa with the number ending 801 19 times between the 18th of June 2018 and the 19th of February 2020. Sibia contacted Ntanzi with the number ending 6890 18 times between the 20th of October 2018 and 23rd of... It's like the more you repeat this, the more it becomes true. You know, when the media uses it a lot, they will say, throw Bonamanje Uzizi Kotwa, the charges are dropped. But when they first started, it was like, it's solid. The corruption, the evidence is
you
there.
always go there?
No, but
okay. The case of Zizi Kotwa,
I was convinced.
It's a different story for me. Like
Okay.
as you said, it's funny, but I'm not even gonna be drawn into
the media
it.
uses it a lot. I'm trying to make an example. Like
The
you are
better-
convinced.
the
You
better-
judge a person. You're like, this person, really, they are the pits. You understand what I'm
The better
saying?
example is you know how they make it sound true. They start by associating you to that crime
Yeah.
as an associate.
And then you hear it
And
again.
then later on, another mainstream media comes
You're like,
as you being a mastermind.
I'm hearing
of that
this a
crime.
lot.
And then now you have medias that are repeating, associating you making you a master of that crime, and then it becomes the truth.
You understand what I'm saying? And then I'm hearing it over and over, and then the next thing I'm convinced this person is corrupt. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's what is happening.
And then they're like, the charges are dropped, and now I'm left like I'm a fool.
And then if they don't want to exonerate you, what I've realized about the media, they don't say anything. Or they just say the charges were dropped. And they keep quiet. They don't repeat it the same way as they were doing to cleanse you from the whole. Then you are left with the taint forever. When they want to resuscitate it, they go back to that. Remember, and then it becomes a truth. It becomes a gospel truth. Everyone say, so and so is corrupt. So and so is corrupt. Bring it on the table. Prove it that is corrupt. Nothing.
That's what it feels like with this cell phone evidence that keeps being putting on the record over and over and over and over. It's like the more we hear it, the more we are convinced.
Yeah, most people. That's how their mind works. That's how their mind
I'll
works.
even forget that actually these things I've analyzed. We've talked about it. We've unpacked it. You because you are hearing it now, it's like new information over again. It's like repetition.
Yes. Someone who heard this thing from the people who were giving the testimony, and then are hearing it now. Maybe at the time they didn't believe it. Now they are more inclined to believing it because it's being repeated.
Hey, sathwala kanzima emhlabeni. It's very difficult.
Is that thing cat eat the dog, cat eat the dog, cat eat the dog all the time? You start believing that the cat can eat the dog.
Yes, that's exactly what happens nowadays. It's a lot. So Sibia with the number ending 137 contacted Ntuli with the number ending 1239 44 times between the 18th of June 2018 and April the 20th. Sibia with the number 749 contacted Ntuli with the number ending 1239 two times 1st of May 2020 and the 8th of May 2020. Sibia with the number ending 6749 contacted Mapisa. They did not mention the number, but then they said he contacted him 2 times via an SMS on the 29th of May 2020. Gininda said that under Mr. House, it read as follows. Ntanzi with the number 6890 contacted Sibia with the number ending 0137 16 times between the 13th of November 2018 up until the 5th of April 2020. So the 5th of April 2020 is about about a month or 2 before they were arrested. Ntanzi number ending 6890 contacted Ntuli with the number ending 1239 2 times between the 6th of April 2020 and the 9th of December 2020. And for those who are wondering, yes, it looks like Ntuli was arrested by then, 2020, and there was a cell phone that Brigadier Gininda had said he confiscated, right, in the past. So for those who are wondering, from someone in the prison there at Mpangeni. Was it in
yeah,
he testified about it in the past. So I saw a lot of people asking, how can he have called these accused while he was incarcerated? There's a story about the confiscation of a phone while he was arrested and he was in the prison. Way back, a couple of months back. So after the short adjournment, Gininda continued to read this data from Hose's summary. Ngube with the number ending 220 contacted Mapisa with the number ending 3801 41 times between the 22nd of June 2018 and the 4th of December 2020. Mapisa with the number ending 3801 contacted Sibia with the number ending 0137 14 times between the 22nd of July 2018 up until the 19th of February 2020. Mapisa with the number ending 3801 contacted Ntuli with the number ending 1239 127 times between 29th of September 2018 and the 28th of October 2020. Mapisa with the number ending 3801 contacted Ntuli with the number ending 9759 2 times on the 19th of July 2020. And Mapisa with the number ending 3801 contacted Ngube. Ngube is accused number 3 with the number ending 3002 48 times between 16th of July 2018 and the 2nd of March 2021. So at this point, they're trying to now cast aspersions to seem it like the accused were having cell phones while they are incarcerated. Am I wrong?
Look, they can do that. It's fine.
And 2020, 2021, isn't it the period that we are counting for accused number 3 solitary confinement condition? Because he had said he'd been in solitary confinement for 4 years.
Yeah.
According to him. So Mapisa with the number ending 3801 contacted Sibia with the number ending 6297.
Oh, you mean they in solitary confinement, he could not have that phone?
Maybe he could have, maybe he could not have. I don't know.
Yeah, I get your point.
I don't know. Mapisa with the number ending 3801 contacted Sibia with the number ending 6297 once on the 19th of February 2020, and Ntuli with the number ending 1239 contacted Sibia with the number ending 0137 35 times between 10th of June 2018 and 22nd of April 2020. Ntuli with the number ending 1239 contacted Sibia on Ntanzi, my apologies, contacting Ntanzi with the number ending 6890 3 times between the 6th of April 2020 and the 9th of December 2020. Gininda was now reading accused number 5's name as Fisokuhle or Fisokule, my apologies. So it looks like Hose wrote it as Fisokule, like how he was pronouncing it when he was testifying. He was calling it Fisokule. So Ntuli, the number was 1239, contacted at Mapisa with the number ending 3801 118 times between the 9th of September 2018 and 28th of November 2020, and Ntuli with the number ending 9759 contacted Mapisa with the number ending 3801 28 times between the 1st of June 2020 and the 18th of August 2020. So Baloyi now moved on to the phone book of accused number 3 that Sergeant Mabasa testified on. So Gininda said that the case reference read as Cleveland Case 9602 of 2015 and is that of Ntobisi Gadla Mncube. The number is 0727688169 and the request was by Sergeant Masondo. And Baloyi asked for the index number 9 so that Gininda reads it onto the record, and Gininda said that it says Mfoga Kumalo with the number ending, okay, it's not ending, I took it all with 277239957787. So Baloyi then directed Gininda to 16, index 16, and it said that the name was Ungenzekile with the number 0822550728. It's Ungenzekile, right?
Yeah.
Did you catch that name?
Because
I heard them pronounce it some in a different way, Ungezekile or something like that. Then Baloyi directed him to index 25. And Gininda said that it was Mshana Ntulivo with the number 2771585139. And page 29, Gininda said Nkani with the number +27715073158 17. So all these numbers, you guys, they will be explored in cross-examination, because now it looks like Brigadier Gininda has to be informed that some of these numbers are not that which were purported to be. Do you understand?
Yes.
Some of them have owners with different names. Even Pinky Faintilengam confirmed some of them to have been recorded under different names.
Yeah.
So now under cross-examination, we'll see how that goes, because wow, it's a lot. Big Brigadier Gininda now was asked that he was able to identify the names that are mentioned in the confessions of accused number 2, and whether he testified that these are the accused that are before court. And Gininda said that that was correct. Baloyi said it was established via Lieutenant Colonel Stein and Host that there was this communication between the accused. Gininda said it's correct. Baloyi said, except for this communication, was there any other evidence against the accused? And Gininda said, yes, my lord. With regard to accused 1 and 2, it's the confessions that were obtained. Accused number 3, it is in relation to the firearm that was linked to the bullet that was found at the crime scene. And that firearm is the one that was found in the possession of the accused under the Cleveland case. And all the accused were linked by witness statements, including by Constable Zungu, which links all the accused to this matter before court. So at the end of the day, it's Zungu's testimony. Yes.
4 and 5. More so 4 and 5. Hey, or in fact the rest. It's
I don't know.
So
how
accused
I
number
feel.
1, the confession. Your day is well and good. You are sitting where you are sitting. You find yourself confessing. Eventually, you are arrested for that. Right?
No, you are arrested first.
For other
Then
stuff.
you confess.
Yeah, then you confess. Well, accused number 3, you are already serving your sentence for the gun.
Yeah.
And then there comes another case that you never knew about. You try to say, hey, but they said it. And which is right? Whether it was wrongly done or what, it is right. There is no way the SAPS would destroy a gun without finishing investigating that gun. There's no way. The fact that it was going, it was already packed to go and be destroyed. It was done. Whether they tried to say, no, it was not, it was done. There is no way. There is no way. It had already went through many processes for it to be destroyed.
And then
because there could have been killing evidence somewhere.
And then here it is getting linked to a case where bullet projectiles, 2 of them are found with no cartridges. Bullet projectiles, just no cartridges.
No, nothing.
No firearm, no nothing. So now they are being made to match with the firearm of the Cleveland case. The first test was inconclusive, and then the second
they're
one,
downplaying that. You know, I don't know if you heard Gininda saying that the checking, it was for Cleveland case. So he's trying to say every time there's a case, they do not check the gun in a sense for any other cases that could be under the very same gun. They are checking for that particular case that you are arrested for. I don't know if you understood that part.
I heard him.
Even the cell phone records, that's what he was trying. He drove that theory with the cell phone records and then with a gun.
I can hear.
In a sense, he's trying to say, no. We never checked this gun for case 636.
But what we are made or led to believe is that When a firearm enters SAPS,
That's what happens. That's why they say ilahle lingakubophisa amacala amaningi amanye ongawazi. Once nje they find it under your name, under you, you are in possession of that gun. Because that's what happens. They test these things. So I find
there are bullet cartridges that have been stored in that ballistic software.
I find it very, very
From
funny.
other crimes.
Very funny to say that the gun was only tested for 1, 2, 3. This gun was gonna be destroyed. They must test everything, the cartridges and the bullets.
Yes.
And then it goes to be destroyed.
So that one was on its way to being destroyed. And they're like, no, bring it back.
We can argue, but the guy is telling us otherwise. Please like the video, guys.
Bring it back.
We can argue, but the guy is telling us otherwise. But all in my opinion, then why are people arrested? I bought a gun from the street, but I'm arrested now. I'm told that I killed 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. Why? All of a sudden, this is a special case. Nothing was tested
And
with
nothing
regards
gets
to this gun.
tested with firearms. They don't get tested. It's only tested for the case that it was caught in possession of.
Continue.
All right, so Baloy then asked him, if you say Constable Zungu and the other witness statements, can you elaborate on that? And Gininda said that during the investigation before Zungu's statement was obtained, there were statements obtained which linked all the accused in the offense
Where are those
collectively.
statements? Where are those statements? And in all honesty, this is an IO.
This is new
This is an
information
investigating
now.
officer.
Like, who are these
Who's
other
here
witnesses?
to tell us how he did his investigation? He's telling us there were statements. There were
Before
statements
Zungu.
before Zungu. He's not even sure if they've come to court and testify. He's been there. If not there, Mamfundis has been there.
Mamfundis is there almost every day.
So now he does not know. There are no statements, in my opinion. There are no statements. Nothing. You don't have anything. And what is more funny is that this case 2023 was underway. It was already, so all along these people were arrested with no solid proof. Now we're using Zungu as the main person. This case was just proceeding on auto cruise. We keep on changing, adjusting. Zungu came. Oh, Msamario Tobileyo. Wafika uZungu. We are not even sure if Zungu came or you went to Zungu because of the investigation. Because that's what you are saying. So Zungu says he's the one who approached his leader.
Yes.
And told him about this, and the meeting was arranged with him. Now we're you approach Zungu due to your investigation.
And then you are telling us there were other statements. What statements? And why?
And in all honesty, if those statements were
court?
there, you would read them. You would read them, right?
They would have been brought long ago.
If they were there.
If they were there. Now we are supposed to eat this up like, I mean,
Zungu's testimony, Zungu's
I don't understand
document
why our
was only
intelligence
written on the 31st of May 2023. So, what was Maumela then going about with this case? What was he?
Where was he headed?
Where was he headed before all this? Because now we've corrected ourselves. We have Zungu now, who's strong.
How come do I feel like people's
witness.
intelligence is being undermined? Like, how can you?
One of the people told me about who's one of those people. When he was approached, he said he was fearful.
Hey.
And he said he wanted to investigate. He wanted us to investigate first.
I'm so... Everyone who's international, apologies. even we don't know what's happening. Asazi nathi ukuthi kwenzakalani. We are shocked. Every day we are catching our
And
breath.
if you remember, I think those statement that is referring to is that issue that was alleged to be a girlfriend who said was going to. I think these people turned out, they bailed out. In my opinion, I think they bailed out.
Girlfriends,
Yes.
and the ones who said that they heard or they Muzi had confessed to them or something like that. So those statements are on the docket. He said that either than that of Constable Zungu. So Mina, in my head, I'm busy thinking, cracking my skull. What
Hi,
other
Ben.
two is he talking about? What are those two people? And then I thought maybe he means Zandi and Tumelo, since they were the ones who first pointed at Bongani Ntandi.
No. They did not know anything about this. Those ones. They pointed at them when they were there on the stand, right? So who are those people who directed you to go to Zungu? Because Zungu says, I told my party to arrange a meeting between me and Gininda because I started thinking otherwise.
So now Baloy asked him about the statement of Constable Zungu. When was it obtained? And Gininda said last year, 2023, before June. And Baloy said, can you explain to the court the circumstances or what led you to obtaining his statement without referring to any hearsay evidence? Gininda said that during the investigation, the name of Constable Zungu came up as a person who was present at the hostel on the 26th of October 2014. So it came out during the course of investigations when he was interacting with the other witnesses that he's referred to who have deposed.
And those people were
affidavits.
already arrested for this case long time ago. Long time ago, right? They were
2023, they were arrested. In
They were
2020.
even going to a trial already.
The trial had already started.
It already began.
Yes, we were shocked. We were shocked that a statement from such a crucial witness was only put together while it was on trial. And the trial had gone. Zandi was done testifying. Tumelo was done testifying. Most of the witnesses were done testifying. And here comes this witness who said...
And the most important witness. Now, right now.
And there, at the time when we were talking about it, I think it was like a month ago that this statement had been written. It was like a month ago. So the investigations are busy being conducted while the trial is ongoing. This is strange. This is one of the most strangest things I think we've ever seen. It's so strange. You've had 9 or 10 years to get your stuff together. And while trial is ongoing, the most crucial witness or the witness you consider important for this case, that you even hired protection for them because they are threatened and their life is in danger. They only come to testify and their statement is prepared a month.
And what is the gist of their statement is lost. It had to be fetched. And then eventually,
Not be found.
it couldn't be
It
found.
was shredded in Brigadier Gininda's office. And now there's this typed version. The statement that was accepted of Zungu, it was
No,
typed.
the defense must ask him to mention these people. Who are these?
Who are these people?
Yes, we want to know where are their statements, because you are saying you arrested our clients, but those people, because of what those people said. Okay, where are these people? Other than Zungu, who came, Samaria, who came later. Who are these people?
Then he said subsequent to that, he was then approached because he received, he thinks it's more than one statement where his name kept on coming up as the person who was at the hostel on that day. From where?
From where?
And he said, when I confronted him, the report I got was that he was fearful of reprisal since he knows the accused.
This is a policeman whose father told him about the whatever
The crime
fight
had
that was
happened.
happening there. Who claims he was there? Who doesn't have an AVL Who was driving a state car?
But he said that he also wanted us, according to what he told me, to do our own investigations without him having to influence us. He then agreed that he will depose a statement of what he knows and recalls, and that is how that statement came at the later stage. No. So you were talking with Zungu around from 2018, 2019, that's when these discussions allegedly happened according to Zungu's version. For you only to take down his statement in 2023 while the trial had long started.
Yes.
I'm not okay. I'm not okay. But then Gininda said, but prior to this, there were statements already in the docket because this matter was already on the roll. They were busy with the trial. Prior to Constable Zungu, there were statements that implicated the accused collectively or individually. But there were such statements. Which statements? From where? From who? From ghosts? What is he talking about? Who is he talking about? What is he talking about? Then Gininda said that Constable Zungu or Caesar Zungu's statement was obtained on the 31st of May 2023 at 1300 hours. This is 1 o'clock. It was commissioned by himself, by Brigadier Gininda. Then Baloyi asked him, I want you to comment on the following proposition by Advocate Mnisi to Colonel Mangena, which appears on page 37 from the proceedings of the 4th of September 2024. And Gininda said that the highlighted portion read that the investigating officer of this case, inter alia amongst others Warrant Officer Masondo, verbally informed him that as per investigation of this case, they told him, that is now Masondo, and the company, that the firearm found in his possession, allegedly found in his possession, was excluded as a firearm involved in the commission of this case of Phosphorus case 63610 of 2014. And under Colonel Mangena, now he was reading that it says, my lord, I have explained with IV system, the integrated ballistic identification system. It is if it is pistols, we require only cartridge cases on the system, not bullets. In this case, there were no cartridges. Bullet projectiles only were found. When they did a comparison, they compared the firearm with the cases where there were cartridge cases. Nisi stood to say that it is not an objection per se that he was raising, but it is being put, or the assertion is being put as a perspective before the witness is allowed to comment. The assertion that it was an instruction that came from accused number 3, and it did not come from him per se, because from what is being read out into the record, it sounded as if Mr. Masondo is the one who told Mr. Mnisi directly, personally, that was an instruction that came from Mr. Mnube, that he was communicating to the court. He wanted to make that clear, and Baloyi said that it is understood, and he continued to ask Brigadier Gininda if he has any comment with regards to that proposition. Gininda said, yes, my lord. Firstly, I don't have confirmation that this was said by Warrant Officer Masondo.
Casting doubt.
Firstly, as Advocate Misi said, is his instruction either than what is said here. I don't have confirmation that he said it. If it was said, it would be highly irregular. And I will indicate why. Firstly, when I inherited this docket, I do know the investigating officers that were involved in this matter. Sergeant Masondo was never one of those investigators. I did not find a statement in this case of 636 docket deposed by Masondo indicating to such, or that he participated in helping the investigating team, so far identifying accused number 3 as a suspect. Gininda said the only time statements of Warrant Officer Masondo and their interaction with him. It was after independent investigations. In other words, Exhibit HH and JJ came into existence, and they did the independent investigation on all the accused. This is 3, 4, and 5. On that investigation in relation to accused number 3, then cases including the Cleveland case came into existence. Then Sergeant Masondo and Constable Dlamini came into the picture. Sergeant Masondo and Constable Dlamini, I think they came to testify with regards to the whole attaching of the Cleveland case evidence with regards to how they arrested accused number 3 and stuff.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
So Gininda said, in essence, I'm saying prior to the engagement, there is no evidence in the docket which suggests the assertion that Warrant Officer Masondo informed the accused or accused number 3 that his firearm was not linked. He said that's why he's saying that if it was said, it would be highly irregular, because he finds no reason as to why such would be communicated to the accused and not to the investigators who would have taken that information, weighed it in so far as the docket is concerned, and satisfied themselves of whether it is sufficient or not. You know, like he was willing to listen to the aspersion or the other side to say that there were no intruders. As if he was willing to listen, right? Furthermore, in so far as accused number 3 in relation to this docket, he was silent. He was not known until exhibits JJ and HH came into existence. He said that they focused on him. So if they take this part out, accused number 3, including himself, they did not know of him being a possible suspect in this matter.
Yeah.
He said that when they started with the statement to say that they don't have independent evidence or proof that independent such an assertion was said by Sergeant Masondo, it is because it seemed to be selective, because when accused number 3 was arrested by Sergeant Masondo and Dlamini, there were 2 items that were taken from him. It was a firearm, it was his cell phone, and ammunition. The cell phone, which contained the contents of the photos that now they're dealing with in this court after the downloadings were not
So he's using
mentioned.
a cell phone. A cell phone is not destroyed. A cell phone is not destroyed. It's not owned by the state, or it does not belong, it was not stolen from anyone. The cell phone belongs to the accused.
Yes,
right?
it does.
So you can keep it until such time as the accused is released, if he was ever going to be released, and then you give him his stuff. So unlike a gun that is stolen, that is now eventually will go to is going to go to be destroyed. So you just, I'm surprised, man.
This is like this is unbelievable.
But it's okay. I mean, the guy is trying his best.
He said, so it would be ironic that if indeed that he would have taken the entire complaint or information to the investigators and colleagues and say that this is what they had, or if this is the person that they think is a suspect in the matter, or look into it. So the contents of the phone, insofar as he was told, are not mentioned. Baloy then said, you also testified yesterday that Exhibit J, the Section 205 of the accused phone for the period of the 23rd of October 2014 until the 25th of January 2015, only came to your attention when the state consulted with Miss Pinky Fantelengem. So Gininda said, indeed, I was never aware of them. It was never brought to my attention. We did not know that existed, my lord. That's why I say when we established the link, we could go as far as 2018. When applied for the 205, he said we could not go to the relevant date, which is the 26th of October 2014. The ones that came to light by Miss Pinky Fantelengam prior than that, I did not know of. It was done under this case number, the Section 205 of the people in the house. Insofar as accused number 3, we didn't have anything, and the investigators did not know accused number 3. That is why they say it is silent. Kanto, why do I feel like here I'm being made to be confused? Accused number 3's Section 205, does it not come from the Cleveland case?
It does.
then why is he acting like he never saw it before? Like, what's a halang? Like, why do I feel like
what it's trying to say is that what it's trying to run away from is that he had to investigate, for example, the confession of your Ndanzis, if there was any of those confessions, if they were truthful. Because Ndanzi talks about the Kelly calling accused number 3. And I can bet you money, there is no call such as that in that section 205, unfortunately.
But then why Nzangati accused number 3?
He's trying to run away from the investigation that he needed to take place on the time.
Pinky.
Yes.
That's what he's trying to do. Like, it came with Pinky.
It could have came with Pinky because Pinky, what Pinky said, it could have been drawn from Pinky afterwards. Because what Pinky said is that they saved those section 205s that had been requested, right? It could have been there, therefore, because of that. But I don't think they took it from there. It was given by maybe Pinky during that time. So it just, I think the main issue here, why we denounce section 205 of accused number 3 with regards to 20 so far as 2014 is concerned, it has to do with the investigation that did not take place because of that. Subsequently to that, then we have to come up with a very conducive way of answering such questions as to why did we investigate with regards to that.
And also my issue is that there's a Cleveland case that has this section 205.
Yes.
He saw that docket, did he not? For the Cleveland case.
Now, that's another part that they can ask, but you had a docket of Cleveland case, right?
Yes.
Immediately when you went to pull it, so the docket had everything. So how then do you say you did not see this?
Brigadier Gininda.
Yes, that's the only way they can catch him. They can ask him by saying, did you said you pulled the Cleveland case docket. In fact, you have it here.
Yes.
Yeah, so did you read it?
Bible.
And if he says, he's gonna say yes afterwards. Okay, then how then do you say section 205 you're not aware of it?
Hi, this is a stretch. We got taken in. Abana muhona high corner. Slow. Like this one, there was no need to distance.
No, he's trying to distance himself, in my opinion. That's what is happening. Please like the video, guys. We are slowing down in terms of the likes. We have like 459 people, which is close to 500. We only have 248 likes. Please like the video, guys.
I know, guys, it can feel like it's boring, né? But we have to deliberate it. You see, when we deliberate,
I don't know
what
why
happens.
Emily always say evidence is boring. This evidence is not boring.
It's not boring. So I'm like, how? So Brigadier Gininda, you are going to say that you did not know the section 205 of accused number 3, and I see, Mr. Anonymous, what you're saying, that he's trying to distance himself. He's trying to distance himself from the fact that he could have possibly known about the details of it, and the fact that in that details of this section 205 for accused number 3, the call between Kelly Kumalo and him is not there. So Baloyi then told Gininda to read the part where it said that the authorization that was signed by the magistrate, and Gininda read, should you, however, furnish the required information to the investigating officer, to which the detective, Constable Dlamini, before or on the 15th day of April 2015, at 41 Gibson Avenue, Egerton, addressed to the satisfaction of the state prosecutor, you will not be obliged to appear before the said court on the before the said date, or on the said date. Failure to comply with this subpoena is a criminal offense and renders you liable to a fine and or imprisonment. So it was signed at Boxbeck on the 5th of March 2015. Baloyi asked who is Constable Dlamini, and Gininda said that he was one of the members who was present when accused number 3 was arrested for the Cleveland case. He also came to testify. Okay, Baloyi asked for the case IDs, and Gininda gave the case IDs. I did not write them down because I did not know
It's useless.
where we are going, what the
Just
relevance is.
Yes.
I was like, I'm not gonna waste my time. I don't see the way. I am still finding my way. So Baloyi referred Gininda to the court record of the proceedings of the 28th of August 2024, and Baloyi said Mr. Mgomezulu put the following proposition on record. Gininda said that it read that Longwe Twala shot himself in the leg while they were struggling for the gun. The third one is the one that shot Senzo Meyiwa, but I'm not mentioning them according to the sequence of how they happened. All these 3 shots caused injury to Zandi. The one was struck in the ankle of Longwe and the other one shot Senzo. Baloyi said, we'll refer you to another option where it said he sought medical treatment from one Dr. Mbatsani, who's unfortunately passed on. What were you able to establish in the course of the investigation vis-a-vis this proposition? And Gininda said that firstly at clinics where he started on that day, one can place Mr. Longwe Twala at the clinics after the shooting. It's only the hospital you can place on the 26th of October. He moved from scene at then, and then he was seen standing at clinics. But he was standing at clinic. Bashonjalo Aksim Brigadier Gininda Longwe was standing at clinic. And obvious, we know the deceased was there, he said. So one started there to inquire if there will be files, because one will assume it's a medical facility. If you are injured, they may treat you. So one started there, my lord. And then Baloyi said, refer to record of the 28th of August 2024 to that preposition by Mgomezulu. And Gininda said it read after the incident that the wound became septic and he went to a doctor, and the late Dr. Mbatsani, who referred him to Dr. Mudise in Rand Hospital, where a bullet was taken from Longwe's foot. So unfortunately, there were no records that could be found of 2014 at the clinics. By the way, clinics is the name of the tower. I think that hospital has a name. Kibutilong. Yes, Butilong Hospital. But Brigadier Gininda referred to the hospital with the name of the tower that's at the hospital. The name of the tower that's at Butilong Hospital, it's clinics.
Yeah.
Same with this Rand Hospital. We followed suit and tried to find this Dr. Mudise and Dr. Mbatsani. There were no records found to confirm this. So he's saying that he looked for Dr. Mudise and Dr. Mbatsani at the clinics, Butilong Hospital and Fosleras, as well as a Rand Hospital. He looked for them and he could not find them. He also said that he extended the search to nearby hospitals, Natal Spraid Hospital and Malbatten, to see if Longwe could have went for treatment, and he could not find any such. So Gininda said that going back to the events of the 26th, there's also no statement in the docket which suggests either by the people inside the house or outside that either the deceased was being shot, there was another person who was also injured or shot, be it by himself or by the intruders. The only inference of a person who was shot and rushed to the hospital is the deceased. So Gininda said, further, my lord, there were blood found at the scene and the linkages of the blood goes to the deceased. There is no other blood which is unknown or that belonged to someone we could not link. The blood that was found insofar as testing is the one of the deceased. So I'm saying, my lord, I could not find supporting evidence that Mr. Longwe shot himself or that he was even shot on that specific day. Baloyi then turned to the DNA report where the references were made to blood swabs on the TV stand in the house, swab number 3, and blood swab number 4, also on the TV stand, blood swab number 5 in the kitchen tile wall, blood swab number 6, also on the kitchen tile wall. It's the dry and wet swabs, he said. So Baloyi asked him to place on record. There's a blood swab 3, which included the deceased's blood. Blood swab 4 included the deceased's blood. And blood swab 5, there was not enough DNA on it. And blood swab 6 included the deceased's blood. So Baloyi asked for the long adjournment, and the judge said that he heard Gininda mention the Rand Hospital. He asked him where he got that information that Longo went to the Rand Hospital. Gininda said that it was in the preposition that was said that he went to the Rand Hospital. That is why he went there. He said it was brought to him in stages. The first part was that he shot himself. He then followed where he could place him on the car on the 26th at the clinic. Then later he was informed by the state advocate that he was then taken to the Rand clinic where the bullet was taken. And that is why he followed up on that. So literally he's telling us why he brought that evidence of Longwe's car movements. Yeah. So Baloyi then said that he was told that there was a need to attend to the urgent application by the accused persons and they need to consult. So the judge asked Gininda if he established if Dr. Mbatsane is dead. Gininda said that he could not get an ID number or confirmation that there is such a doctor.
What was he looking for?
The Dr.
What
Mbatsane.
was he looking for if he could not, he didn't have all those things? But he just went around and say, who's Mpantsana? Anyone who's got Mpantsana and a doctor could be the person. Let me just say this. You see, the man is saying he went to investigate, he went to hospitals and all those things.
Yes.
Well and good. Isn't this the same man who took Chico's gun and took it for ballistic testing to exclude the gun?
Well, he did. Chico told us.
Right?
Yes, he told us that.
That's what they are saying, right? They are saying the gun was tested.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Well and good. So Longwe was just arrested as he was busy going to hospitals. He could have went to Longwe and taken Longwe to the doctor and checked if that is the case. Simple as that, right? You don't need to go to hospital and looking for the records that could be lost and looking for what Dr. Mpantsane. What are you going to do with what Dr. Mpantsane? You want to test that Longwe was shot. Simple. Shooting that happened. There should be a mark of a bullet and injury. So simple. Take that person straight to a doctor. Don't go to what Dr. Mpantsane as if you are trying to shield Longwe. I'm just saying because that's how it looks like now. You go all over, it's like going to KZ and leaving the evidence here. I guess there's a proposition that the person was shot. You are now telling us about the blood and all those things. What if he was shot and there was no blood because seemingly even Senzo barely had the blood. There were drops. And that is someone who was shot in a position where there is more blood. How much more about the foot? Eh? The man was able to run out, right? Mm-hmm. Good. Why do you go around looking for 2%, 3%? Simple. Take Longwe from the jail where he was, from the holding cell where he was. Let's go. Arie, call one defense. I don't know you want to call one defense and say
with Mangena looking at the accused feet. I don't know what you were looking for, but you can't go look at Longwe's
foot. Simple as that. You did even the checking of these guys' feet, checking their height, and take the same exercise. You wanna exonerate this one? Same exercise. He's even saying Longwe was saying he was exonerated, right? Take him, exonerate him some more.
Examine that foot.
Simple as that.
There's
We are
specialists
tired
in
of
place.
this thing of,
Yeah.
we went to hospital. Next thing you'll be telling us you went to KZN, NPA.
Well, going to a hospital and looking for Dr. Ndlovu is a mammoth task.
And when I checked, I saw someone who's got a Modise Lokuzana who's there, who was there in Rand. I think when you just Google, there's some Modise, I think it's a lady. But
So
I'm not sure if that is the person. I'm just
It's a
trying to make an
mammoth task.
example.
I'm sure as an investigator, there are other means that he can use to find such information. But why go to the extreme lengths of just looking for a doctor, only having their surname, nothing else, when you can simply just test the theory by just looking at Longwe's feet, having it examined to determine whether there was a wound there or not.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
where you need to start.
Right. So
Don't understand this whole dancing around this. Anywhere else but
what do you
Longwe.
know, Jace?
Anywhere else but Longwe's direction, while his name keeps popping up all over, popping. His name has
Hey.
been popping up. Why?
You would
Are they
rather
not-
go look for Dr. Mpanzane, who's allegedly passed away, than
Then
going to a
look
person.
at Longwe's foot to test the theory that has been cast in the court.
Okay, it's something that happened recently, and recently Long was in custody.
Yes, he was in custody. He was arrested recently. So now it's
You're busy
like,
looking for a needle in a bush. Okay, right. Now, here's a question that I want to ask. They are saying the bag issue. Let's go back to the bag issue. They are saying the bag is there in Longo's phone. It was there in Kelly Kumalo's phone.
it was there,
It was there
accused
in
number
accused
three.
number 3's phone. I've got a proposition to make.
I'm listening.
Should I make it?
Should he make it?
It is my theory now.
Should he make it?
Yeah, let's push for the likes, guys. I see that we have 275. Let's push for the likes.
Should he make
I
it,
think
guys?
if we reach 300 and maybe 15, then we open the course. But let me go on with the proposition.
Okay, I'm listening. We are
Yes.
listening. We are listening.
So, this case, it went left in my opinion. Everything that could have been or was supposed to happen, it did not happen. Now it's not happening. So, in my opinion, it's you protect yourself as much as you can.
Of course.
I feel that the issue of bags and money that was overemphasized today, it's eventually going to get Longwe arrested. And I'll tell you why I'm saying that.
Pelazina, we don't see Longwe getting arrested.
I think Longwe is gonna be. I think they are eventually gonna go there. Maybe let's say the intent was not to do so, but eventually when you see things are happening, and then you start changing. That's why I'm saying this is a butchered plan, in my opinion. It changed everything, just changed, and then it started swinging left and right, and as long as it doesn't swing towards you. Do you understand? Right. So how do I eventually exonerate everyone? If the bag of money, I don't know whether it's a picture, that picture, or those pictures, they are there in Kaylee, they are there in Longwe, Kaylee is the mastermind. Then the theory could be the Longwe and Kaylee were together in this. We're going back now to that. But look at it this way. It is not going to get Longwe more than maybe 10 years than if Longwe was a shooter. Do you understand?
I understand.
But eventually Longwe gets arrested for
would be the charge?
conspiring and whatnot.
So it would be conspiring.
Let's say it's something
commit
like that. Because what is the point of them keeping on emphasizing on the back on the pictures, the money that is common from accused number 5. It's accused number 5, Kelly and Long. What is the point of that? So they keep on saying it. Then the judge today eventually asks about it, and then so that's why I'm saying, if accused number 3, is it accused number 3?
Yes, it's accused number 3.
If accused number 3 says that money it was for Lobola, if he's tempted to say that, then he has admitted that there is evidence of the payment.
Ooh.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Therefore, they get everything that they want. So, Longwe.
That's why the judge kept bringing. He brought it up in the morning. Okay, as the broadcast started, it was that you could tell that he had already started talking about it. But I'm like, why is this being brought up now?
It has been there. It has been there. Why do we keep on? And the father said Longwe is anything but not a killer.
On these interviews and rants
so
that he keeps doing.
He could be arrested for this. Okay, let's say he was arrested.
At some point, he said, "I wish you could have
been the one who pulled the shaker."
Yes. At some point, he said
so
that.
The only thing that it might be bad is that it comes at an expense of these 5 accused.
How so?
Because they need to go down for everyone to go down. Remember that from that we will address the court about that testimony of Zandi to all that. You know, it says something to me. So I started looking at this thing, and then Ngapa Longwe is linked through a bag, transparent bag of money. You know, why? Why do they keep on saying, hey, there was a bag of money in Kelly's phone, Longwe's phone? Kelly is the mastermind according to this case, right?
Yes.
Allegedly.
Yes.
It is alleged that he's a mastermind. So why is then Longwe having the same bag? Huh?
He's made an accomplice.
And look, it would actually make it even more interesting. Because look, I'm gonna take it a step further.
All right.
These people came in that house allegedly. Longwe fought these people with his bare hands. He didn't do anything. He pushed them. They didn't shoot him. They didn't follow him. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Yes,
they went out.
Follow him.
He went out.
He went to the park.
He went to the park or wherever he went. So that would make sense to say, Vele, because they knew you. They knew they were not here for you. So he pushed them. I mean, how can you push someone with a gun?
That they didn't shoot at you.
It makes sense they didn't shoot.
You were an accomplice. You guys.
So that's another way of looking at it. And then Zandi helped to, in a sense, to create that story.
Oh my God.
And then all of them are arrested. That is the theory. That is obvious. It's not. I'm not saying that is the case, but I'm looking at it this way.
And would be, you were deflecting us and telling us about Mandisa because you were protecting your sister.
Yes.
Because you knew your sister was guilty.
Yes.
Oh my God, this is a mess.
But it comes at whose expense? All the accused. And then that question of why this case is dead, that question of people in the house should be arrested is dead.
It's dead.
Then we all and I'm gonna say almost get what we all wished for, right? And then the noise dies down.
And people's careers
we are
are
all
saved.
Good.
And people's careers are saved.
As much as people don't think that this certain parties losing power and all that did not have an impact, it had. I'm saying this because now this looks like an abruptly a situation, an emergency that is arising on our minutes. No. We need to, things have changed. The powers have changed. All that now needs to happen is someone to be seen doing work. And if you're not, we all can see that with this GNU, it's it or be eating. So the political part, the political side of this case is at play currently, in my opinion. And one way or another, 2 or 4 are going under the bus. Not unless someone comes with a different theory and say, no, this is what happened in that house, which throws a spanner and gives lives to 375. Right?
Right.
Watching which is. So that's a theory. Think about it. Those people, even in Togo, might follow. Even initially, in any case, in my opinion, initially, the plan seemed like that, in my opinion.
Before De Novo, there was this emphasis on how he was outside with his phone all the time.
Yes.
He was busy on his phone.
It was going that way, but on a different side. The theory that Zand is still holding on, in my opinion. It did not work. I don't know why. But this one. And then the only person who gets to be not touched is the one who was visiting from KZN.
Who?
The one who cried and pointed, who was not afraid of the Gabis.
Oh, Madlan.
Yeah, that one. He played his party shame, in my opinion. So you saw the right people. You were right. Just that you were not told about the whole story, why you were in that house. That's why you had to
so
go.
You had to
go. We had to go. They kept on keeping you in that house. They kept on saying, you need to go and say goodbye to Mama. I mean, that story is solid. I'm telling you, it's solid. You would believe that story, wouldn't you?
I would if I wasn't following the case, but now I'm bothered.
Well, that's what is nice about this. We sit
I'm
here,
bothered. I don't
speculate,
like.
right? We speculate
I
because
don't like
we're not
where
part
this
of
is
the
going. This
But
is not what I had in mind. The end would be like. So what you are telling us, Mr. Anonymous, this case is changing.
It is changing. If you haven't realized, this case it keeps on changing.
It's changing.
It is changing. Once these people go down, Kelly's life depends on these people. If they go down, she is going down, whether she likes it or not. And it is on purpose why she had to be isolated due to the changes, in my opinion. Because her voice with them is going to be more louder. But her voice alone when they are down, it's more silent.
Yes.
It's an issue of Tati Skwebo Sako Ntombazana. That's it. You know? But together in the same case, can you imagine Kelly coming with her lawyer and then these ones have their lawyers, and then now we get to know what happened in that house?
Yes. Was it one zim?
So because of whatever that happened at disturbances, I think one did not anticipate this case going for this long, to such an extent that it would go to over the elections, and then the elections would be this detrimental to the to who's in power, who's not in power. Then now we are here.
2024 is
someone
done.
Must be seen
Why,
to be doing
November.
something. Someone must work. You know, that's my opinion. But
Why,
there is
in
that
November.
resistance spirit of saying that I'm not going to go down for
Alone.
what I did not do. You know, everyone's gonna protect their things, and let me tell you, Leonard people are always gonna protect themselves.
Always reputation.
Yeah,
that
but
pension,
that's
that
a
pension
theory,
money.
that's a speculation. Now, tell us what you think. There are many theories. What is nice about this? No one knows what is what.
This case is changing right before our
Yeah,
eyes.
it is. It is changing. It is changing.
Shifting
You can see
direction.
there's a bit of tension among the people that at some point were speaking in one voice. There's a bit of that. I would say it's like cracking. There's a bit of uneasiness. If you look at how much they hammered on 375, it should tell you, in my opinion. Mzansi, hello.
Good morning, my brother and sister. How are you doing?
Morning. How are you?
Subsequent to my inquiry, I managed to corroborate that you are alive, and in so far as everything, you are well, and it's a matter of fact that you are well because I've got 400 and something plus witnesses.
Exactly. Exactly like Gininda. Subsequent to that.
Yes. Subsequent to my inquiry, I managed that you are alive,
Yes.
It's been an interesting week. And not begin to make a comment without first congratulating our neighbor Botswana, and to all our viewers from Botswana, congratulations on making history in your country.
They made history.
Yes, they made history and we congratulate them. They walked the talk. They put their money where their mouth is. They didn't just come to social media.
And complain and tweet.
Twitter warriors.
Yeah. Winds of change have come across Botswana, and hopefully we will also feel the strength of the wind across the rest of the continent. So congratulations to them. Today I think I'm going to sound like I'm all over the place because I haven't been calling in and just going with events as they were unfolding. So I'm going to be picking things from some from the rest of the week, if I may put it that way.
No problem.
So, and I'll have questions as well. I'm just wondering what an investigation is. I thought an investigation is like a formal inquiry, and so this Mr. 2% would be coming to tell us, like, even if he was putting things on record that are already on record, like maybe repeating what other witnesses have said, I would have thought that he wouldn't be tying those things with what he has done. Like, okay, this is what this person said, but to actually corroborate what this person has said, this is what I did and this is what I found out. I thought that is what he was. But to me, he's just doing exactly the same thing that those witnesses have done. And I don't understand why are we wasting time allowing this man to repeat the same thing that's already on record.
Why?
Unless there's something that I'm missing. Yeah, so I don't understand what he's doing. So, and then also, like, who is he to lecture Mnisi about respect? What does he know about respect? This is the same person who stripped accused number one naked in the presence of female officer Mamfundis, right? And then he's the same person who allowed his cronies to pour water on Ntanzi on a cold winter day and made him stay in wet the entire night, making him vulnerable to pneumonia. So who is he to lecture people about respect? He doesn't even know what respect looks like in the face, And then he's also making speculations about what he thinks Masondo could have done. Officer, he's saying there is no way he could have done this and this and this and that. He doesn't know. He doesn't know that. So he can't speak as if it's a fact that he knows for sure that that's what Masondo did. And also, he's saying that what witnesses in the area said is a fact. What has he done to establish that those things that were said, those allegations that were made by those witnesses are facts? What has he done?
Which witnesses?
He talked about, didn't he not say that there were witnesses in the neighborhood or people saw stuff or whatever in their statements? Did he not mention something about statements that people made?
Insofar as this case is concerned, I think there is only one witnesses that came to talk about people who ran out of their house. And Ashes exclude them from that. Then the question is, which witnesses? Maybe witness, yes, witnesses.
So which witnesses is he talking about? And then he's saying it's a fact. So what has he done? If there are witnesses, who are these witnesses? And what has he done to actually support, show us that these are facts? What has he done? Nothing. There's absolutely nothing. Because if there was something, he could have brought it forward and said, this is what I've got and this is what I did to support it. Right? So now, the question then is, if this case went to trial in 2022, right? Without his statement, what did Baloyi have? It seems like right now, Zungu's statement is the golden nugget. A statement made in June 2023 is the golden nugget. But the trial Baloyi took this case to trial in 2022 before that previous. So what did he have? If now this Zungu statement is a golden nugget. And then also, why is Gininda saying he went to Zungu? Last week, did he not say that he heard from some senior official that there's someone who has information about the Meyiwa matter? Did he not say that? So last week, today now he's saying that, he went to Zungu. Which one is it? The contradiction is just so shocking. And the thing is also, I don't think he's struggling to read. I know he's reading like a second grader, but I don't think he's struggling to read. What I think is going on here, his brain is multitasking, right? Because he knows that some of the stuff is just fiction that he has already said. He's reading what's on record, but at the same time, too, he's also thinking about, does this match what I have already said? And then he's already thinking about an explanation that he's going to give to explain the contradictions. That's what I think he's doing. You see? But all in all, the disdain for the South African public is glaring us in the face. On average, this court sits for about 3 hours per day, and on a good day, we get about 3.5 to 4 hours. We even stop to go and buy de-throat lozenges, Batu. I mean, if I was paying a private attorney, I'd be livid, and I'd be livid because the wheels of justice are turning slowly,
very slow,
and I'm paying so much money. The taxpayer is being hit in the pocket. And I'm interested to find out, because in where I live, there's something called a FOIA request, Freedom of Information, where I can go into a department, a public office, and ask to see the salaries of public servants, how much people are getting paid. It's secret. The public gets to know how much somebody's paying. If somebody's getting paid, if I want to know how much a police officer is getting paid, I can walk in there and put in a freedom of information request, and I can see how much it's costing me as a taxpayer to pay that person. So I was just wondering if we, in South Africa, where we can actually get information to see how much each person that is sitting in that courtroom, from the DCS officials who are actually guarding those people, to the police officers who are sitting in there, to the judge, to everybody. is there something like that where the South African public can actually go in and request to see how much people are getting paid so that people know how much it's costing them? I'm wondering if there's something like that in South Africa. Do you know what I mean?
Ngati, we are still struggling with getting the cases that were South Africa. Everything is a secret.
Yeah, and the thing is also another thing also that I'm just thinking about, and I don't know if we are, because of our history in South Africa, we are hypersensitive to racism, and then sometimes we have distorted cognitions about certain situations. You know what I mean? I'm just wondering, because I couldn't help but notice the cordial interaction between Rata and the Caucasian lady attorney. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah, he was really treating her with so much respect, and he was very professional. And I said to myself, I was like, wow, he's actually capable of being respectful and professional. He's just choosing to be rude to the defense counsel. So he's got it in him to be cordial. All right?
He does.
Yes. So that's all I got to say tonight, but I can't help but say thank you so much to all the viewers who were giving super chats this week. And you know, this week was such a week. There was just so much gratitude.
Yes.
And to everybody else who's also just coming here to watch and just give their like and support us, I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Emily, by the way, I like the new view. Okay? I like the view that I'm seeing.
Thank you.
Keep it up. You guys are doing a great job. I really like how you stay authentic and you just focus on the vision and just stay on track. Please don't change. Don't try to be anything else. Just focus on the vision and just watch God grow the channel and just bring people to make it better and better and better and better. I am here. I'm one of your biggest supporters. I'm not going anywhere.
Thank you.
So you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
So much. I love you so much.
We love
take
you
care.
too. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Oh my God, I'm so humbled.
Right. Thank you very much, guys. Again,
And
this is someone okay. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Turn off the volume on the television,
please, and then let's go.
Hello.
Hi, Zay, how are you?
Hey, ngiyazama man, akufani.
Yeah.
Ngicela nje ukuzama emphasize first of all ukuthi umsebenzi enwenzayo is extremely important, and particularly when it comes to abantu abamnyama. I'm gonna be clear about this. The reason why I'm saying that, mangabe ubuka behavior ka there was this colonel owayebiziwe from like Cape Town.
Yeah.
So wahlala in some hotel at Johannesburg. Okay, I'm here. Well, so what? Was it at some point would discuss a court the point automatic finance figure a bit earlier. What? No, the colonel finally breakfast at saying, all right. Now the accused no bangafika yini ngesikhathi esifanayo a bit earlier. Fanele bedleni bona. Accent before we feel. I don't know what is it that has indoctrinated umuntu omnyama ngalendlela yokuthi aze ayinyanye wayena. Is this how black lawyers behave? Yini esengqondweni yakho ukuthi there's something wrong ngomuntu omnyama unjani wena? I'm an Englishman, so he answered that question. Yabo nje indlela ekubuhlungu ngayo because udila nomuntu omnyama yabona. So kuleya court kuyabonakala ukuthi omhlophe onjani okwazi ukukhuluma isingisi esiphilile. If you can't, it means you're stupid. Then you cannot bring an argument forth. And if we were to question, isn't they that's why they can't retire for that matter. Barack Obama once said it, that one of the problems with leaders that do not want to retire is because they never trained anyone. He never had time to train anyone. There's no substance in the evidence that he's delivering in that court. Everything that he's reading is repetition of everyone that is following the case has had. There's nothing new that is coming up with. You can bring anyone that follows the case and read exactly the very evidence that piece of something is reading in that court. Had that court in a judge eli proper, Gininda ngabe say suspect already. Uyayiphikisa kunama statements angasakhona ukuwafunda. So investigation yenze kanjani uthi ku blurry la. Because wasibona kayi-one wabona iparagraph eyodwa la iclear khona. Usuyokhumbula ukuthi ayivele lo ngambambela ukuthi. Awusadingi nokuyifunda. Just two of them are enough. I mean, we studied too. Yeah, icishe ifane nalento anonymous oyishilo ukuthi uthi wenza I think usebenzise i-situation yakudiscipline yokwenza i-audit ukuthi usutholile ukuthi nakho la ku-wrong call but yewena ma ufuna ukuphelelwa umsebenzi ibhale le nonsense yakho ishintshe le paragraph la asikho sure mhlawumbe ukuthi imali yethu usubambile uthathe ufund vake ngoba vele siyabazi bavala amagaraji kuvumelekile ukuthi umlungu afike athi uyi-expert ubuze ukuthi ufunde kuphi ufunde University of Vodacom. Guys, maybe I'm not educated enough. I don't know where that is. Kwafika omunye kwathi bebuye nama-certificates wathi yena la afunda khona sekwavala. And then comes a proper black expert ekhuluma nge-DNA. You can tell that guy when he speaks, I did do biology.
Yes.
That, okay, this is it. This is how I understand it. Even though with some, I did something else, but we're taught up until matric at higher grade in biology. You like, that makes sense. Comes a person that is a cop, tried to argue against DNA, and but misbehave kanjena a court because I'm sure at the back, Uma Chambers, we have your back. That is why you continue to try. It's clear. You only need to be blind and deaf not to see that. Isiyeki argument ukuthi umnisi usebenzisa igama elithi nonsensical. Uyaqhubeka later on no but akangi-respect. Ijaji limtshelile lihleke ijaji maliqeda. Bafethu abashiswe labantu abadala man, some of them hayi ngeke. Yes, no ngeke. And akafundana bekhona ama-university ahlakaniphile. Uye kule funda abantu abamnyama, we decide to impeach uhlophe. I hope I'm not repeating myself. Umuntu i-doctorate yakhe buye Harvard. We impeach that. We resort to living with this thing. Is this a judge, this?
He is.
Lo baba kanamahloni man. Yazi thina la esikhulele khona nje emakhaya nje. Sinobaba nje aba decent. Noma ngingakhulanga nginayo ubaba. Kodwa nje ngokuhlala emakhaya uyabona abanye ubaba bakweminye imizi. Yabona. Ubaba nje obonayo ukuthi decent nje ubaba ohloniphekile. And usifiso wayembize kanjalo eqala ukuthatha le case after uma umela. when he was interviewed, but what do you think of this judge? What ngicabanga ukuthi ubaba decent. Ngasho ngenhliziyo ukuthi okay, let's give him a chance lo baba lona. Ayi uthe eqala ngathi ayidumi kanje mangabe izohamba. Uyavela kancane ngiyasasiza umama umzulu mina. Ayi angimazi umzulu okhuluma kanjalo isizulu mina kube ngathi duma iskuta. Manje yabona nje lento lena yenzayo nje lo baba uyimoshile le case akhuluma ngama articles that were written ku Sowetan. It is as a result of how he conducts that court. Ama witnesses adelela defense wire. Akekho noyi-one owakwamreprimanda mangabe kuyi-witness ye-state. Ubize i-tip break angazi nini mangabe kuphendula lokwesilima lesibathu Gininda ngathi angafeyila futhi if uyabhala ngempela. Ngiyafisa feyila ngaphasi lutho. Naleso sikole ufunda kuphi? Seniresearchile kodwa bafethu nikeni ngixoxela. Ngoba nale university lena vele we must question it. Wayona vele imxohle. Because kumangabe kuzoba if university le afunda kuyo le. Angazi mina lo muntu ukuthi ufunda kuphi. Ngoba nalesi ngisi sakhe there is a lot of redundancy of words. Subsequently. How? Ayuze waphinde kangaka lamagama. Waphinda kaningi. Useyibiza ngecolleague manje. Usethi my colleague mayibiza umnisi. Useyicolleague kanjani? Yebo basebenzela mhlawumbe ugovernment mhlawumbe partially in a particular way. But normally I know that language mabe bese court kungama lawyer onke abizana kanjalo. Police and kwaqala ijudge lathi colleague yeni yobhala. Mina bengiyosukuma ngithi useyicolleague kanjani? Ngoba phela akaphasi. Useyafika vele naye vele ayi. No. Ngathi angafeyila yazi.
No, excuse.
Ngoba lapha kubhala isingisi, lapha kubhala ingqondo lapha. Dingeka ingqondo siyile esikoleni.
Yeah, no. Siyakuzwa mfethu, siyabona.
Uthi nginyanyile kakhulu ma. Ayikho kodwa lento. Asike sistrikeni. Ngoba kubukeka ngathi what you guys are doing, it's only white collar work. You know, sike sistrike siye ePitori vele. Sike sifike nje sithi nje naku si concerned ngalento enzakalayo. No one is saying anything ne-behavior kaRatamkhwakeng ecourt though. Angiyazi law, but just sheer respect. Just humanity.
Thank you.
Siyabonga.
Asival. All is alleged.
Everything is alleged.
Let me read this. My theory is that the blood that was cleaned by Mapiri was that of Longwe, because if it was Longwe's blood was found there, I want to finish reading. I know you guys are gonna keep on calling. Because our Longwe's blood that was found there, the story of him leaving the house before Senzo was shot goes out of the window, proving that he was in the house where Senzo was shot. Yes, all is alleged. Right. Guys, I see this internet has started. I know this time it's internet again. Really. Internet has started interneting. Right. Mzansi, hello. Just gonna take you, even though I see that internet is bad. Mzansi, hello.
Hi, Mzansi, how are you?
We're good, sir. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Hi, sis Emily.
Hi.
I'm good. Mr. Arno, sorry, I know it's a bit late now, but yeah. I actually was calling on maybe a few pointers.
Yes.
First one, during your weekend, man, I wanted to just do something for me. It might help. Because I'm hoping that Gomez Zulu or someone is listening here.
Yeah.
They need to. Yeah, I want you, either one of you, just to go to experience. That credit reporting, that the credit Beru, I think it's experience. If you go on the Airworks website, I want Mr. Arno to just put your ID and request. They give you like a free credit report. I just want to see how big then the data is, because it will show you even your loan application that you did in 2010. It will show on the credit report whether it was accepted, whether it was rejected, all those things, and your bank accounts and everything. So it will be an easy win for the defense guys. They don't need to go to the bank with Ntanzi holding his hand to try to corroborate those bank accounts that they are having there, because I'm really doubtful of those bank transactions, and I'm just thinking how best they can actually try to get some information in terms of what is it that they accuse have. And then the other point, Mr. Arno, I know you came with your theory. I accept it, but Mr. Arno, can you please tell me the reference for the exhibit that shows the picture from Longwe's phone or Kelly Kumalo's phone in the whole court proceedings? Because it's not there, man. Yeah, it's not there. If it was there, it would be GG, BB, whatever. It's not there. There's only one picture from accused 3. And that picture cannot take anyone to jail, Mr. Arno.
No,
You cannot go to a jail.
I know, but on the basis that this case is already on the circumstantial evidence, we are dealing with almost nothing. So anything, even if you cough, it could take you to jail. So that's why my theory is coming from there. I'm not saying it comes from any valid. It just comes from the emphasis that I see on the circumstantial evidence.
Yeah. You see, the IO, he thinks he's too clever. You know, when you are clever, like only using subsequent and furthermore, you actually trip just on yourself, man. The guy, he is saying, I was not aware that there was a section 205 for accused 3. How can he not be aware? Because they went and grabbed all the data from taxi violent cases in Mpumalanga and investigated and looked at that. But how come? And remember, I'm just taking from the bar from my memory. I remember when Pingi was saying, they say the way they sent this section 205, they sent to a central place and they are stored with the SAPs. So SAPs has got all the section 205 that has been sent by these service providers. So how can he say now, I did not know that it exists? And remember, I said yesterday, accused 3 is being saved by his section 205. If that section 205 was not there, he was going to go down. But because he's there, Gininda is even trying to run away from it because there is no defense now. Because what is on the section 205, it is what it is. You see? And everything that Gininda is trying to do, he's just trying to cover his back now. Because he's realizing that I'm being exposed. He has been there on that doing this testimony for 2 weeks. What is it that he has came up with? Nothing. Now he's saying, I only got the statement from Zungu in 2023. I'm just asking myself, then how did you arrest these guys? Because you only had the confession. You only had the confession in 2020. What led you to go to arrest these guys and end up getting a confession if it's not Zungu? And there is none. He will say other statements are in the docket. Mate, if the other statements were there, Baloyi would have flipped the page and said, can you read that into the record? But the fact that you didn't is not there. It's just a bluff, man, to say, oh, there is a statement. There's no statement, man. There's nothing. Only Zungu is the only one. And unfortunately, the court case has been going on from 2020, and you only took the statement for Zungu in 2023. Can you explain that for me? You can't. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the great work. Hopefully you have a great weekend, and we watch soccer, obvious. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. It's a bye, guys. I see that internet is not on our side today. All is alleged, guys. We're not fighting. We're not fighting anyone trying to fix the country.